Hello and welcome back to my scrapbook. My name is Jennifer Perry, and today I wanted to show you some products that I'm going to be using to make a mini album of my Australia trip. I think we're just going to do the cutting guide today. We're not going to start the assembly because this is going to be a little bit of a project, so I think I'm going to break it up into 2 or 3 videos, but I wanted to show you why you can still get this product. I didn't want to show you after it was already gone. And I was able to get my little hands on it through my independent close to my heart consultant. So this is actually called the World Is Yours Scrapbooking Bundle. Everything in this bag was about $60. So let me open it up so that you can see. Now on the website they have a link to all of the workshop guides if you want to follow a guide, or you can just take this paper pack and do whatever you want to do. So I've printed my guide that's going to go with this kit and I've stuck it in the bag. It comes with a stamp set that I'm going to be needing, so I'm going to set that aside. It comes with a full paper pack, a full coordinating cardstock pack, and a cut above layout kit. So that's everything in the actual bundle. Let me set it aside. And then what I need to do the mini album, it is an extra paper pack kit. Boy, that is a tongue twister. If you don't order the full bundle, you will need to order the stamp set. And then I also added 3 sheets each of mink, sage, peach, and espresso cardstock to be able to do this workshop. And again, this, if you go online, you look up the paper pack, The World Is Yours, this will be there, and this is the cutting guide. So I do need the stamp set, so I'm going to go ahead and just set it aside. And this is the paper pack. Let's open it up real fast. Like I said, the only thing that I've added was cardstock, because I do not believe this comes with the cardstock. So it has a sticker sheet, 2 of the diagonals of craft. Ooh, I haven't even opened this up myself. This is the first time I've seen it. So 2 of the vellum sheets, 2 of the paint swatch sheets. Oh, I'm not even showing you the other side. Oh my goodness, there's the other side. 2 of the, that looks kind of like diamonds. And then there's the suitcases. So this is kind of like a gingham pattern. And then, oh, it's little paper airplanes. How freaking cool is that? That's cute. And this is ivy. And it almost looks like a watercolor effect. And then flowers. This is a lot of cardstock. Oh my goodness. And stripes. Oh, that's cute. Okay, now I know why this was $20, because this is a lot of cardstock. Or pattern paper. And there's the maps. And then this is the part that I added. So it asked for 3 sheets each of the sage, peach, mink, and espresso cardstocks. So let me show you. I'm not going to be using a close to my heart everyday life album, which is what this workshop calls for. I purchased this Snap Studio on Amazon 3 or 4 months ago, and I ordered an extra set of inserts. I did not have enough, or I didn't think I had enough, of the 4x6s. This is the close to my heart page protectors. This is the ones that come with it. They're the exact same size. So whichever ones you choose, they will work. So I've just got these tucked down inside it. And then what I did on the full sheets, I went and labeled title, page 1, all the way through page 15, so that when I do the cuts, I can slide it in the proper page. I'll do a couple of them so you can see what I'm doing as I'm cutting. But this is just one way that I'm going to keep organized because I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to complete this album. And I just want to make sure to stay as organized as possible. But again, this is just a Snap Studio little bitty mini album that I picked up on Amazon with just an extra set of inserts. So what I've done is I've got the album over to the side, open. I'm going to just slip the stickers inside the baggie so they stay protected. And I'm not sure what order this is in, so I'll have to put these in order so I don't get it mixed up. Now, whenever you're working with this particular workshop guide, it's a little confusing. This is the materials that you're going to need if you want to do the workshop exactly how they say to do it. There's a few changes that I'm making. I have the 3x4 protectors and I have the 4x6 protectors, so I can go ahead and mark those off for myself that I have them. So I'm going to be using thickers instead of alphabet thin cuts. I'm not sure what I have as far as flip flaps, but this particular ones I can play around with the layout, play around what it looks like. So I may have what I need, I don't know yet. So that's why that's not highlighted. So it looks like we're going to start with the Sage cardstock. Okay, so I changed my mind. I've set up my Big Shot behind me on a card table so I didn't have to keep going across the room. This is my thin cuts binder. Just an everyday life album. It's got all of my thin cuts in it. I've pulled out my stitched rectangles. I do not have stitched squares, so I'm not going to be using stitched squares because I don't have any. So we're going to improvise. These are from Fawn Lawn. I don't have the Close to My Heart ones because I bought these before Close to My Heart had theirs out. So I need to take a moment and just separate the connector points because they're still attached. And I'll be back and we will start working. Okay, I think we're ready to cut. So my first cut is going to be 6 by 9. So I can work easier. I've also got a pen handy so I can cross off my cuts. This is going to be on page 9. So I'm going to just slip it into page 9. The next cut is going to be 4.5 by 4.5. That's going to be page 11. The next cut is going to be 2.5 by 2.5. And this is page 12. The next one is 1 1/4 by 3. And they want this one dovetail. And it's going to be page 1. Okay, so I have all the sage done, so I'm going to pop this in 12. And then I'm not going to be doing this one because I'm not doing the front cover, so I'm going to set the sage aside. Our next color is going to be peach. So the first cut that I need is going to be I hate when they do 8s. Why do they do 8s? Let me look at page 11. So if I can get away from making that cut, I'm going to. What are you? You're 4 1/2. So I'm going to do 4 1/4. Page 11. And see, it's going to do like that. So now we need, do I have 6? 6. So 6. And then 4. It's going to be page 12. 3 1/2. No, let's do 4. Let's do the 4 by 4 first, and then trim that down. So the 4 by 4 is going to be 11, and then this one's going to be 3 1/2. Okay, 4 1/4. Page 4. And then these are 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. Let me check. 3 1/2. Nope. So where are you? This is just a piece of scrap peach. I'm going to see if I can cut 3 1/2. 4 1/4. This is going to be page 6. And then we need a 3 by 4 leaf with peach ink. Okay. And I'm assuming since it says 3 by 4 that it's going to be this one, and not this one. And you are going to be page 2. And then, so this is done. And then we need a 3 by 1 4 1/2. This one, rectangle for page 14. So it's going to be that. And I think that's going to be 5 inches still. So that may still work to get that. And then we don't have to use this peach cardstock. So this is page 14. And then we need a 2 1/2 by 5 for the title. This is going to go on the title page. Now I've also drug out my scraps bin, so I'm going to stick these in my scraps bin real fast. And it appears we do not need another sheet of peach, so I'm going to put that away real fast. So there's the sage, there's the peach, put those away, and let's see what my next page is, because this is done. Espresso. So we need the espresso cardstock. So we need 6 inches. And of those 6 inches, we need 4. And 4. These are going to be both for page 6. So these are done. And then 6 by 8. Page 11. So that one's done. Bigger than my page protector. 6 by 8. Page 9. What did I make this as? Not 8. That's better. That fits better, see? Okay, so now we have I'm going to, this is the matte sticker, or this, actually, instead of doing it that way, where's the Explorer? Right there. This is the Explorer sticker. And it's going to be for page 2. Go ahead and stick it in page 2. So that's done, and then we need 3.5 by 4.5. So let's use this one. 3.5 by 4.5. This is page 12. So those are done, and then espresso I need again a bunch of thin cuts, and then 6 1/4, 7.5. Okay, so I'm going to put these in, wait, what size are you? You are 4? Nope, not enough, okay. Alright, I'm going to put this in my scraps pile. I'm going to dig out another sheet of espresso. And the first thing I want is 1/4. So right here. By 7.5. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this side in there too, just in case I need it, and that's going to be for page 12. So then the next one that I need is 6 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's going to be for the title page. 4 by 4 1/2. So 4 by 4 1/2. And then this is going to be dovetailed. Ooh. I'm not going to dovetail this. I'm going to just put it in 15 and let the layout tell me if I want to dovetail it. So 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. Okay, so I need 2 of these. And then this stuff goes to scraps. And these go to page 12. So 6. Oh, let's do 4. Let's do 4. Do it this way. And then 6. And one of these goes to page 5 and one goes to the title page. I have some scrap ink, so I mean I don't want to have to start a new one. There we go. So that's page 1. Two of these. I don't know if I've got a D big enough, but we'll try it. So 2 of these. That's not big enough. Alright, I'm going to have to get a new sheet just to do the thin cut. So we will do this. 6. Yep, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 cuts of this and then come back and check again. So these are going to go on page 10 and page 7. Then our next cuts are going to be 4 by 2 1/2. Do I have a 4 by 2 1/2? I got this one. This is what it's going to be because that's what I got. We're going to use what we got. This is going to go into page 8. Actually, let's just do it this way. I'm going to cut these next ones because it's all for the same page. So 2 1/2 by 4. This is page 8. And then 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. For page 8. So now we need the vellum. And for the vellum, we need 7 3/4. By 5 3/4. And this is going to be page 14. This one is the craft diagonal strip. And I need 6 by 8. And that is going to be page 14. And our next one is going to be Leaf Border Peach Floral. This one. It looks like this and like that. Okay. That one says leave 2 inches on both sides so that leaves are centered. So we want to cut that end. So 6. Cut the zip strip off. And then by 8. This is page 6. This is 12. Yeah, that works okay. So this one, and then that one, and then this should be 8, correct? And it is, okay. And this is page 10. Suitcase paper. You know, I'm going through this paper, and I bet you I'm still going to have enough to make the card kit by the time I'm done, with just adding some cardstock. Because the card kit only uses half a pack of paper. So I may still have enough, page 11, to do the card kit too. And that would be fantastic, because I thought I was going to have to make a choice between making the card kit and making the mini album. Okay, so let me cut the zip strip off. For some of this I need the zip strips, I just don't know which ones yet. So I need 6. By 8. This is page 7. And then by 8. This is page 1. I'm going to take 2 inches off of this one. By 8. This is page 11. And then I don't think you're 4 inches. You might be 4 inches. You are 4 inches. So 1 inch. And this is for the page 11. Okay, for the Sage and Lagoon diagonal paper, we need 1 6-inch. By 8 inches. Title page. And then we need 3 inches by 4 inches. And then cut diagonal. And these are going to be for page 2. And then 1 by 4. I don't think this is 4. 4. It says 1.5. I'm going to do 1 inch and just see if I can get away with it. I don't want to have to cut up another section of paper. I don't want to have to cut this just to get a 1.5 inch strip off it. So let's just see what I can do. Tree map paper. Okay, zip strip. I see what they're doing. Okay, so full map paper. 4 inches, 4 inches. So let's do 4 inches. Trees going horizontal. That's back side. Okay. So this is going to be 4 inches. Trees going horizontal, trees going horizontal, trees going horizontal. Okay. So 4. And then 3, 3, 3. 3. So these are page 3, and this is page 12. And then this one is going to be, this should be 8 inches. It is 8 inches by 6 inches. And this is the last page and page 8. Okay, so this next one I have to be careful how I cut, because this side it says cut pieces so that there are 4.5 trees in the center. Okay. So I'm thinking I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 4 by 6. Page 5. And then 4 by 4. Is going to be page 4. Yep, okay. Page 4. This is 4. Sorry, 3. For page 3. And then I need 2.5 by 3/4. And you are supposed to be dovetailed for page 1. is 3 by 4. Page 2. I want to look at page 2. I want to see what they're doing. Okay. So I'm going to cut you out. And then 3. Okay, so you go into page 2. Tell you, it is not often I do a mini album, and this might be why. But we've got one more. This is a front cover. We don't need this one. I'm not doing the cover. We've got one more cut. Take the zip strip off. Okay, so we are cutting, if I can get my finger open, 4 inches. You aside, and then 4 inches. And 4 inches. I need 1 by 3.5. And dovetail. And that is going to be page 1. By the way, if you hear any weird little noises, my daughter is sitting on the floor behind me doing a live stream herself. And she doesn't realize she's making weird noises because she has the headphones on. So, I just think it's funny. Alright, now we need the zip strips. So it says bicycle zip strips. I don't see any peach bicycles. I see boats. Oh wait, that might be this one. There it is. Okay. So peach bicycles. It's going to be 4, 4, and 4. So page 3 and page 4. 3, 3, and 4. Floating hearts and words. Okay, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 2 inches and 2 inches. Okay, and then put this in 6 and 12. Link with triangles. Do we have sailboats? No, we do not have sailboats. Okay. Grab floating heart. Let's do this one first. I need both of those. So craft floating heart. Word strip I've got. Okay. And sage and white dot. Sage and white dot. This one. Okay. Okay, so for sage and white dot, we're doing the same thing for pull tabs. I'm going to do 2 and 2. So 11 and 12. Yeah, 12. And 11. So we did these. We need 8 inches and 8 inches. These are for page 9. And then zip strips. Cut words for your choice for pages 3, 4, 14, and 15. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This little page protector is having an issue. It's not going to be one that I use. So I'm going to just put my little word zippies in here in the front, along with any miscellaneous stuff that I may need. Because this says cut the word zip for pages 3, 4, 14, and 15, and those are of your choice. I don't know what the pages are going to be yet, so I don't know which one to put the words in. Okay, the next step is going to be stamping, so I took a moment to clean up my space, move out any extra paper that is not needed, just to get it out of my way because I don't like a messy spot. I also made a copy of the instruction sheet because I'm going to be flipping back and forth to the example pages so that I can see where to stamp and what to stamp. So I have my stamp right here, and I'm also going to be using my MISTI because it'll just make the job easier for me. I have also pulled up my scraps bin because I like to work out of the scraps bin first before I pull a full sheet of paper and start working with that. So the first one, it says to stamp the World is Yours in espresso ink on white cardstock. So let me see if I've got that. Okay, so I have my MISTI out, and I'm going to stamp The World is Yours. So I'm going to put this down. Put this down. Pick up my espresso ink. And one thing I like about my MISTI is I can stamp over and over until I get the image that I want. So I'm going to do that one more time to get it as dark as I want. And I'm going to peel this up. Now I know a lot of scrapbookers that do not clean their stamps. I do because this is an investment. These little suckers are expensive, so I go ahead and clean my stamps. I'm not going to cut this guy out yet. It says this is the title page, so we're going to put this in the one that says title page. And then the next one is random stamp a leaf. I think we already did that one. Sunglasses with espresso ink on white cardstock and cut out. This is where all of your little bitty pieces will come in handy as scraps. Because then you don't have to use up a big sheet of paper. Okay, you're good on theory. I gotta fix you. I'm trying something out, and when I have it right, I will tell you about it. It's a trick that I learned from Hedgehog Hollow. And again, when I have it right, I'll share. But until then, you get to watch me figure it out. And that stamped perfectly the first time. So this is going to go in page 4. Again, I'm not going to cut it out yet. I'll cut it out whenever I use it because that means I'm not going to lose it. Flower, outline, espresso ink. Use peach on the inside, cut out. Okay, hold on. Oh, I see what they mean. Okay. There we go. Okay. So first we're going to do this guy. Then I need a piece of white. So we're going to ink up with the espresso ink. Do one more, just because I want nice crisp lines. Now they want you to go back in with this guy. I think that's it. With the peach ink. I think I've got him centered right. I don't know. I think that's right. There we go. So this is going to be on page 6. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up. And because I want this to be good and crisp and dark, I'm going to do it again. If you haven't guessed, I've got the windows open. So that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to dry it real fast before I slide it in. Yep, gotta do the bicycle. So I need the weight for the bicycle. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. Nope, that's not big enough. And it's also going to be an espresso ink. And this may take a couple of passes to get it as dark as I want. And I believe they want you to cut the bicycle out. Yes, they do. And if there are no broken spaces, I can use my Brother Scan & Cut to cut the bicycle out. So I'm going to set him aside so I can make that cut. And then it will look like a die cut. Stamp Pin Drop with a heart on sage ink on white cardstock. I'm assuming this is the pin drop. With sage ink. And I did it backwards. And actually, now that I've thought about it, all these stamps that I'm doing, I can line them up on my Brother Scan & Cut, and I can run them through my Brother Scan & Cut and get perfect cuts. So I may do that. That one is going in page 8. And then my happy place, directly on base page, that's page 10, so let me look. Yep. Okay. So let me get page 10 out. So this is the base page. So we're going to set this out. I'm going to set this out. And then I'm going to get my happy place. That means this might be a little big. Oh, I see what they did. They cut the stamp. I get to show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is turn our stamp to where the flat side is down. And then I have a flat-sided craft knife. And you're basically going to go in between the words. These are not very... well, there's not much distance between those words. Let's see if I can go in from this direction. Got that one. Got that one. And then, geez Louise. Here we go. They normally give you a little bit more room than that whenever you're working with putting up your stamps. But you basically want to make sure you don't touch any of the letters with your blade. Okay. And we're doing this in espresso, I believe. Yes, we are. And this may take 2 or 3 stamps. So what I'm going to do, just to guarantee that I'm not going to have any movement, even though I'm using a sticky sheet, let's do it that way. Okay, and see I can still do some more stamping because I've got a little bit of granulation. And that is the one thing I love about Misty, is you can go over and over and over until you have it exactly how you like it. And that is how I want it, right there. There you go. Just gonna let that dry for a second while I clean my stamp. Now, cutting the stamps does not harm it in any way. It will go directly back the way you want it. Move that for a second so I can do this. So see, here's place. And then my happy. Here we go. And I think I'm going to do 2 flowers. And I just want the outline on this one. pick up your stamp. And the layout calls for 1 flower, but I think I'm going to do 2 flowers because of where my word is at. I think 2 flowers would look better. And there we go. Okay, so I took just a few minutes and ran it through my brother's scan and cut. My brother has a particular little quirk. He likes to cut around the tape. And that's okay. We'll just let it cut around the tape. So there is one of the flowers. Now I did make a boo-boo, and that was more on my end, so I may run this one through again. This flower has no edges that are not connected. These do. So I'm going to leave these down. I'm going to stamp 2 more and then run those through because those, the outside got cut, the inside got cut, so it's actually 3 pieces, so I'm going to leave that one alone. And there's the bicycle right there. And the sunglasses. And this cuts much better than I ever could. So even with its couple of quirks, I'm happy. So I'm going to just really do some quick stamping. And since I'm doing this, I may just do a few more. Because while I've got the block dirty, I might as well. And now, there we go. Okay, so this is the original. So, as you can see, because the lines were not connected, it cut each individual part of the flower separately. So that's why I went back in and there we go, did the stamping. because that way all of the lines are connected and it knew what it was cutting. So now that we've done all of the cuts, let me show you what we are left with. So what I basically did is, this is the one little page protector that I had that was falling apart. So what I did is I stuck all of the die cuts in this page protector and I just sealed the top. And the reason I did that is I'm not sure when I'm going to finish this. I don't know if I'm going to take it on retreat. I don't know if I'm going to film the actual processing part of it. I want to because it's an interesting project. So I want to film it. But just until then, I went and just sealed the top so I don't lose any of the little die cuts. And then all of the individual cuts are tucked down into each page protector. Now this may not be its page protector because I still have all these others back here, but it is tucked down into a page protector. And I have each of them labeled so that I can follow the directions per each tiny little layout. "13 doesn't have anything. What does 13? 13 might be something. Oh, it's 13 is 2 4x6 pages. That's why. So that'll be one of those 4x6 page protectors. So that's why that says that. And then 14, and then 15, and then all of the extra page protectors. Now the only thing that I need to do, and I'm going to go ahead and throw a few of these extras back here. Oh, that's why I didn't, because I have to poke the holes. The holes don't match up. That's why. The only other thing that I need to do is to locate my flip-flaps and figure out how many that I need to put those in here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know it was just a little bit of a different little video, but I wanted to show you how to cut down this workshop and get it organized to work with, because sometimes your best intentions kind of get a hold of you, and what looks easy to begin with, you get down into the nuts and bolts and it just goes haywire. So I just wanted to show you how I would organize the beginning of a mini workshop that's got the instructions with it. This is not how I organize my regular layouts by any way, shape, or form. This is not how I organize my regular albums any way, shape, or form. But this is how I would do a project that somebody else created for me, and I am copying their instructions. Until next time, bye-bye.